We were a group of young people, but there were some children too. Maybe they just squeezed in some families from other towns, not from our town, you know what I mean. And of course I know the people from our town. I know the friends, what I work with. And I was there with my one sister and my brother. My sister's name Hilda, the older one.
What was her Yiddish name?
What?
Her Yiddish name. Her Jewish name.
Hilda.
Hilda.
Hilda, yeah. And my brother Shimek, the youngest brother. And we did the job. When we came to Auschwitz, they separated us.
Well, tell me something. You arrived, the doors opened up on the car.
Yeah, Juden raus.
That's what you heard. It was on the loudspeakers?
Loudspeakers, and the dogs were barking. So many Gestapo women and men were there with the dogs dressed up beautifully with the shining shoes, you know. Juden raus, and they pushed us out from the ghetto, from the wagon. We did not have luggage. When we left the camp, the working camp, they told us, take everything with you. Before we went on the train, leave this is going to go separate. So we didn't have absolute nothing, just what I have on my body. That's it. That's how we arrived in Auschwitz.
Now, as soon as you arrived, they separated you to two lines?
They separated them 3 lines. The older people and the children went separately. The men were in a different line, and the women, we were on a different line. So there were 3 lines. Was that one line for the women, one line for the men, and one line was for the older people with the children who went straight to the gas chambers. And then we had, of course, Mengele was sitting there, and we had to walk straight without clothes. And he was selecting the healthiest.
Now this happened after you got off the train, when you were already near the barracks? Because when you got off the train, you still had your clothes on.
I still had my clothes on. They took us first to shower. We had showered, you know. We took off all our clothes, we were showered. And then they took us to our room and they cut all our hair off. And then they took us to a separate room where they put my number. Each one had a number. That's my number from Auschwitz.
And that
they put the number on us, and then naked we had to walk past Mengele, who selected still the strong ones to go to Birkenau, and whoever was, he saw that there were sickling people that were sent to the crematorium. I was lucky. I had my sister in front of me. And we both came to Birkenau to work in Birkenau. And she was with me for a year. And then it was just unbelievable. You cannot describe the conditions what we lived with. First, they didn't give us enough food, so right away, those people who were healthy, who needed lots of food, you know, to survive, the body needed, those people died first. They just broke down. They just couldn't live on the Russian food what we had there. I was I'm small built, and I never was a big woman, never very small either. So it looks like whatever they gave me, it was enough to survive, you know what I mean. Of course.
The calories were enough.
I was skin and bones. You could count every bone on my body.
I want to ask you something. When you arrived, you had to give your clothes, and then you were given other clothes.
Yeah.
What happened to the shoes, your own personal shoes? You never saw them again?
Never saw the clothes again.
And never saw your shoes?
Never saw the shoes, never saw my clothes. What we got, it's some wooden shoes, and we got one dress, no underwear, nothing, just one dress, what we worked and slept in. That was our belonging, one dress. We never took it off. For about 6 months, that's what we slept in them, and we worked in them, and that's it. That's it.
When did you realize what was happening to the old people and the young children? How soon after you arrived at the camp did you really see and believe for the first time that they were exterminating the Jewish people?
We could not believe. You could not believe something like that could happen. You know what I mean? So when we arrived in the barracks, you know what I mean? And one of the women asked the couple, the one who was Shtubova, who was in charge of the barrack, you know, she asked her.
The female couple.
Yeah, female couple, of course, yeah. She asked her, where is my sister? What did they do? Where is my sister? I would love to see my sister. So there's a tiny little window. And she said, come on, I'll show you where your sister was. And she took her to the window. You see the smoke coming out on the chimney, the fire? That's where your sister is coming out. And we all started crying. That's when we realized that they all were cremated, the gun.
That couple, she was a Polish woman.
She was a Jewish woman.
She was a Jewish woman.
Jewish woman, yeah. She was a Jewish woman.
Was she a Polish Jewish?
A Polish Jew too. Yeah, she came. I don't. Maybe some other towns they came earlier to Auschwitz. You know what I mean? And she was the working there. They picked maybe healthier girls, maybe more. What you call that? Authoritative, you know, more stronger, you know what I mean?
Someone who would take orders from the Germans.
That's it.
Let me ask you, did she ever strike any of the other girls? Did she ever hit any of the other girls?
Of course, she
and
had
she was,
to.
And she was a Jew.
She had to. She had a Jew. She had to. Because, you know, to survive herself. Yeah. But some of them were nice. Some of them. Even one saved my life. I caught a typhoid. First when we came to Auschwitz, next day right away, they took us to work in the camp there in Birkenau, you know, cleaning the bricks or something like that, or carrying stones from one place to the other.
Back and forth. Just to wear you down.
That's the way. I'll never forget. One of these big rocks dropped from my hand, you know, and I got a beating from a Gestapo with his, you know, over my back.
And this was a male man? A male?
A male man, yeah, Gestapo.
A male Gestapo?
Gestapo, yeah. It's just, you're talking, you're there, I'm seeing, I'm living it through again. I'm talking, I was there with my sister. It's just unbelievable that something like that could happen in 1940 in a civilized war in Germany. Something like that. Nobody in the right mind could believe what was going on there.
And something is very hard for me to understand, but I believe it.
Yeah.
You saw, for the first time in your life, you saw the selfishness between people, even in your own barracks.
Of course.
You saw people were ready, in order to survive, to steal. And they would steal somebody's bread.
If you got a piece of bread, you ate a half of it, and you wanted to save a piece for later, for the morning, you know what I mean, before you went to work. You put it under your head, and somebody came and stole that from you. And you didn't have that. You slept in the wooden shoes because you were afraid that somebody's going to take the shoes. You were strapped in with a little dish what you got your soup in it, you know what I mean? strapped in
The
on
teller.
your body, because you were afraid if you put it down, somebody's going to steal it, and maybe somebody might give him a crumb of bread, a piece of bread for this special dish there. You know, this was.
There came a time when the war was coming to an end. You heard rumors that the Russians were getting close. Did you ever have a German guard come over to tell you that, don't worry, the war is going to end soon? Did you ever hear that from a German
No way.
guard? Never.
No way. No way. In Auschwitz, when I was in Auschwitz, by the end I was little. You know, we got, it's so much to talk about. We got very little food. And we got, when you drank this dirty water, your stomach blew up right away. And they must have put something in the food. We got the diarrhea, you know. And typhus was very...
And what about the lice in the camp?
And the lice, you know, we were sitting outside when we didn't go for the wind, and we took off the lice and we...
Break them. Yeah. But you went through it, as they say in Yiddish, derch gemacht.
And what did you say?
Derch gemacht. You jumped over the river. You went through it.
Just by miracles. My sister, she got the diarrhea, and I had the diarrhea. And we went to the, used the bathroom now, which was a room with a board and a hose in it, and that's the way. And there was a big line, and even you didn't completely clean yourself out, you know. If you stayed a little longer, the couple of the latrine, you know what I mean. She got an extra piece of bread. It was a German woman who beat you with this club, you know, get out. So we went outside, and I would never forget it, standing outside, and everything just came out from your body, over your shoes and over everything. We weren't human. We were not human at all in Birkenau. You just can't, nobody who didn't go through, cannot believe this, what we went through there. Cannot be. My sister caught the typhus. And that time, both of us got a better job. We worked in an ammunition factory where we made little nails for the guns, I don't know, different things, you know. And also they work with the powder. It's so much to talk. So much to talk. And my sister caught the typhus. And if you didn't go to work, they took you to the crematorium, or took you not to guest chamber, or they took you to the hospital. They took my sister to the hospital. When I came back from work, she was gone. I was left all alone. And I tried so badly to see her. I knew she was taken to the hospital because the Stuvova told me that the people who stayed this night home, they all went to the hospital. So for a week, I was going after work, standing there by the hospital, hoping. It was so cold hospital, you know what I mean. There was no medication there. People were taken there just to die. That's it. So one day, finally, I sneak into the hospital, and I was howling, Hilda, 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 Hilda. And then I hear a voice from the back say, here she is. So I walked over there, and I saw the skeleton in the one bed, and it was a little wooden bed, you know, and this other bed was empty. And she said, that's your sister was in this bed here. She fell asleep so peacefully during the night. So I did not see my sister. And what can I tell you? I didn't cry that time. I didn't cry. I was happy for her that she died peacefully in her sleep, not taken to the crematorium alive.